watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, if you didn't know, Anthony Joshua claimed that he's going to come to the States. He's going to do his press tour with Eddie Hearn, and he's willing to sign the contract to make the fight happen between himself and Deontay Wilder for April 13th, 2019. Right? Deontay Wilder has since responded. He did an interview on FightHype.com. You can check that interview out on FightHype.com. He says that he said that Anthony Joshua put up a post talking about hanging around waiting for a signature. He said, Deontay Wilder said, well, he'll be hanging around for a very long time because I am not signing that contract for no blind contract, number one, and I'm not signing a contract to take place next year for the same offer. He said this is a 50-50 fight. It will be 50-50 fight. He said, I believe the fight will take place, but it will only take place if it's a 50-50 split in revenue. No longer 60-40, no longer flat fees. It's got to be 50-50 or there will be no fight. Eddie Hearn then took to social media and he does another interview, which he stated that he believes that Deontay Wilder doesn't even deserve the 15 million flat fee, let alone a percentage. He said Deontay Wilder is not worth a percentage. He said he'll get a flat fee of $15 million, like it was planned from the beginning. He says that, and you can check this article out on boxingscene.com. He said that he's going to get a flat fee as in he was in the beginning, which was $15 million. He says that because of Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua is now fighting Alexander Povetkin. He said, I think the fee should go down because Joshua is going to fight Povetkin, and if he wins, his value will increase significantly. And I don't believe that Wilder will be in the fight that will increase his value. The argument that he should get more money when Joshua's profile continues to rise doesn't make sense. But the good news for them is the offer is still on the table. We're going to send them this week a new contract with a date, and Joshua is going to sign the contract. So it's even more black and white. A lot of people are saying Joshua wouldn't sign the contract. You don't want the fight. So this is it. Here's everything you've agreed to. Sign it. When you look at the contract and it's blank, and then you look at it and it's a signature, Anthony Joshua's signature on it, it's a lot more tempting to just get it done. So fingers crossed he'll sign the contract. So Eddie Hearn is saying that basically he's alluding to the fact that the reason that Anthony Joshua is fighting Alexander Povetkin is because of the failed negotiations between Deontay Wilder, and pointing blame at Deontay Wilder. He says Wilder was never on a percentage. He's not a percentage fighter. He was on a flat fee, which he accepted. Hearn exclusively told Sky Sports. So now Hearn is blaming Deontay Wilder for the failed negotiations. Well, I shouldn't say now because we already knew he was blaming Deontay Wilder. But now he's saying that Deontay Wilder doesn't even deserve the 15 flat fee. He's definitely not getting a percentage, and he deserves less because now that Anthony Joshua is going to be facing Alexander Povetkin, his stock will only rise. But Deontay Wilder fighting anybody such as Dominic Brazil, he's alluding to, there's not an opponent that he could fight to make his stock rise. Well, funny thing about that is a lot of people out there, Eddie Hearn is going to claim that his stock's going to rise by fighting Alexander Povetkin. But he says that Deontay Wilder did what he was supposed to do versus Luis King Kong Ortiz, who Luis King Kong Ortiz, he claims that he was over the hill and he was too old. But he doesn't mention the fact that Alexander Povetkin is 40 years old himself, and his fight he has a loss on his record, which we know Luis King Kong Ortiz did not have a loss. He was undefeated. Vladimir Klitschko was the only guy to defeat Alexander Povetkin, but he still has a defeat on his record. Luis King Kong Ortiz doesn't have a defeat on his record. And whether you speculate that he's 45 or 50 years old, or whatever people want to say, the fact remains that on paper, he's 38, 39 years old. On paper, Alexander Povetkin, for all we know, he could be older than what he is. How we know his status and his paperwork from Russia is legit. Well, we know on paper he says that he's 39 years old. He'll be 39 years old by the time this fight takes place. So he's trying to allude to the fact that Alexander Povetkin is going to make Anthony Joshua's stock rise. Old Alexander Povetkin with a loss on his record is going to make Joshua's stock rise. Then after that, we had Shelly Finkel. He responds also back to Eddie Hearn now, and Shelly Finkel had this to say. He says, "I am not the smartest. I'm not as smart as Eddie. I can't tell the future," Finkel told Sky Sports, "but I can tell you what happened in the past. Just look at the last two fights of Joshua and the last two fights of Deontay Wilder. Obviously, it's obvious who looked better. Having said that, I hope Joshua looks great against Povetkin. Barry and Eddie are very smart people. They know how to make a deal when they want to. Obviously, they know how to not make a deal when they don't want to make a deal. Instead of wasting time and posturing with sending us silly papers that they know is going nowhere, take the time and put something real on the table, unless maybe this is their way of killing April also." Alluding to, like I said, and I did a live stream earlier, he's alluding to, you know, they want to kill the fight for April because they're going to look to make the Dillian Whyte fight take place. Eddie Hearn is going to look to make Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte already came out and he said that him and Anthony Joshua had conversations and they really want to get in the ring, because when they get in the ring, it's classic. And Eddie Hearn is on record as stating that Anthony Joshua has repeatedly come to him and told him that he wants to have a rematch with Dillian Whyte, a domestic fight, and he loved the build-up, he loved the drama, he loved everything about it, and the excitement in the ring with Dillian Whyte. So Anthony Joshua was always looking to make a rematch with Dillian Whyte, and now all of a sudden Eddie Hearn comes out and says, well, if Deontay Wilder doesn't sign the contract for April 13th at Wembley, then Dillian Whyte, should he get past Joseph Parker, will be the next fight for Anthony Joshua. Okay, but why didn't he say, he never said that the winner of Dillian Whyte versus Joseph Parker would be Anthony Joshua's next fight? Because at the end of the day, we know that Joseph Parker's only loss came to the hands of Anthony Joshua, and we know that Dillian Whyte's only loss came to the hands of Anthony Joshua. So why not? So why didn't he say the winner of Joseph Parker versus Dillian Whyte will be the mandatory fight? Well, I don't want to say mandatory. Will be Anthony Joshua's next fight should Deontay Wilder not sign the contract. I'll tell you why. Because it seems like there's something shady going on in this whole situation, and I don't trust Joseph Parker at this point in time. He may just take a dive, allegedly, you know, rumored, you know. But there's no mention of Joseph Parker versus Joshua should Joseph Parker beat Dillian Whyte. Why not? You know, that was a close fight. So why we couldn't get that rematch should Deontay Wilder not sign the contract? I'll tell you why. Because he has all plans of keeping it in-house and making Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua. It's an in-house, is domestic. Not only is domestic as in terms of they both from the UK and they're countrymen, but it's domestic as far as they both under the banner of Matchroom Boxing, which Joseph Parker is not. So it would be a domestic fight all the way around, and that's exactly what Eddie Hearn wants, and to have it at Wembley Stadium. See, Vladimir Klitschko was not a Matchroom fighter. So when he had that big fight with Vladimir Klitschko at Wembley Stadium, it wasn't a domestic fight. This fight with Dillian Whyte will be a domestic fight, and seeing as though the last time they fought, Anthony Joshua stock has risen since the last time he fought Dillian Whyte and defeated Dillian Whyte. Now this fight will just be that much bigger, seeing as though the only loss on his record was to the hands of Anthony Joshua. It's a domestic rivalry. It's domestic in-house as far as promoter, and it'll be at Wembley Stadium, which they're looking to add 10,000 more seats. That's another thing Shelly Finkel mentioned. You're adding 10,000 more seats, but Deontay Wilder should take the same fee. So you're looking to make more money as far as the stadium. He's looking to add 100,000 seats to have 100,000. He's tacking on 10,000 to 90,000, which equals 100,000. So he's saying, so Shelly Finkel said, oh, you're going to tack on 10,000 more seats and make that much more money, and you expect Deontay Wilder to take the same fee when you're looking to make more money. It's really ridiculous at this point. A lot of people look and say, oh, 10,000 seats is not a lot. Well, 10,000 seats is a lot, especially from the eyes of a person coming from the States, because the Barclays Center only seats about 14,000. So you adding 10,000 to a 90,000 states, that's almost equivalent to the entire seating in the Barclays Center. So, you know, it's just ridiculous at this point in time. Eddie Hearn is looking to make Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua. It's clear as day. It's just like Anthony Joshua said, the fight may not take place until 2020. And that's how it's looking. I don't see this fight taking place in 2019. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I hope it does, but from the looks of it, it's not looking like Eddie Hearn wants to make this fight anytime soon. It's looking like Anthony Joshua is being very delusional, and he's pretending not to know what's going on, so he doesn't look bad and save face in the public. But that's all I got for y'all. Drop a comment in the comment section. You could go check out these articles on boxingscene.com. You could check out the interview on fighthype.com. And that's all I got for y'all. It's your boy Blue. Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. All one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the Empress. Much love.